Go ahead and sign in, Robert.
Uh,
All right. So, firstly, and I guess I'm just gonna randomly throw stuff off the top of my head that we go through a lot. If Ashley, Rob, if y'all have questions or y'all want to see something specific, just let me know. Um, but otherwise, I'll just kind of do like an overview of a couple items. Um, and I think, and we'll probably go over it again, Robert. But I think we kind of did a couple things the last time, but we just kind of do it over. Most times we have tickets come in where you're going to be replacing the phone. Most time it's a wireless phone. Lots of times it's a desk phone. And it's really easy if you already have a copy of a phone. So I'm gonna go to somebody like Mark. And most time we look up a phone by the extension. Push gonna shove if for whatever reason the extension is not on the phone or they just don't know it. We can have them give us the last four characters of the MAC address, and then we can sort by device name ends with, and then put the MAC address and find that phone. Kind of like how we did with you. And you mentioned you didn't wasn't sure of your extension, Robert. So on the back of your phone, what is the MAC address? The last four characters.
I got you. Yeah. Well, I did find. I did. I signed out of the thing, so I'm
You
good with
saw it.
that. Yeah. So I saw
Yeah.
that. But yeah, if you still want it, the last four is BFCA or Bravo Foxtrot Charlie Alpha.
Yeah, this is your phone, and let's see if this is the real extension. Sometimes you don't want to necessarily pay attention to the description because that could be wrong. It says it's 5350, but this is definitely how you can tell by coming over here to the line. So yeah, that's your extension 5350. So whenever you sign out, that's the extension display. And I'm not sure if we've already given you voicemail. Did we? Do you recall?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so yeah, let's just say your phone broke and we wanted to copy it. You could easily go in and do a add new, like right clicking add new, and you would go in and under the list and look for the Cisco 8841 and do just a complete refresh rebuild. But the easier way to do it is to, like I said, find the extension or find the MAC address of the phone, and you have to have the exact model of the phone. So a 8841 can't be replaced with a 7948 with a super copy. You can you can rebuild it and add the extension, but you just can't come over here and use a super copy or a copy feature. It has to be the exact same model. So if your phone was to broke and you wanted to copy, make an exact replica of that phone, you would come here and click on super copy, and then you would just put in the new MAC address, and that MAC address will it'll you save it and it'll come up just like the phone that you made the copy of. Let's just say you building out an apartment and pretty much 95% of the options. So let's just show you. So let's say I were to build out like Greenwood OBGYN. That's what I'm gonna be doing soon. So for Greenwood OBGYN, they were all one group. So 99, pretty much all of this will be exactly the same. And the only thing that I would need to change on each phone is the extension. So I wouldn't necessarily do a super copy. I would just do a copy. A copy will copy all of this information, but then you'll have to go in and then add the directory number. So you would just copy most of the information, but as far as the extension goes, it'll let you come in and just add it here, and then you just put whatever number you want. So that's just a really easy way that Cisco made it to where you can make a copy of a phone, whether it be broken or you building out a department, to where you don't have to touch each and every last option every single time you make a copy of a phone.
All right.
And again, this is exactly how you would replace a Cisco wireless phone, not the new Jabber phones we're using, but a Cisco wireless phone. You would go in and find that wireless phone number, and it's and we make it a whole lot easier because the new phones they'll come up with like a dummy number. That dummy number allow you to find that new phone. And then what I normally do, let me give you an example. I don't think it's any out there, but we'll find out. All of our dummy extensions start with or 10. And this is automatically generated by the system once you plug it into the network. And that's why, hold on, what is all this crap? THG West. And I apologize. I'm like I wasn't expecting to see all this crap. Let me see what's this directory number. See, oh, hold on. I'll do description. Let's see. Oh, I see. I put ends with.
Mm.
It needs to be begins with. That's why it threw me off. Let's see. All right. So these are phones that for whatever reason have been plugged up or wiped out or deleted, and then as long as they don't get turned off, they'll jump back on the system and be reissued a dummy number. These numbers are used for us to locate the phone without having the user give us the MAC address. But if I were to do a copy of a phone, I would register, get it on the network, and what I could do is delete this number. I'm sorry, delete the MAC address, go to the phone that I want to copy, and then do a super copy and paste this MAC address there, and then that phone will then turn into the phone that I copied. I know it sounds like probably doesn't make sense just talking about it, but it's it's really easy. And when we get a ticket or something like that, I think it is a ticket. Ain't there a ticket of a phone that's broken right now?
Not
Ashley, do
sure.
you have a Ashley? Do you have a 8821 back there that's already registered?
Hold on one second. Let me see. Oh, 8821.
Yeah, because I think there was a ticket I just took. Especially cannot make calls. Oh well, they said it can't make calls, but I'm not sure. Patrick can. Well, just for practice's sake, we still gonna copy it. So 7721.
I tried to set one up, but it wouldn't get a dummy number.
Okay. Well, let's look at this one real quick. It's a ticket out there that says this phone can't make calls.
Yeah, so
It could very well be different. Not the problem that it needs a whole new phone, but in any event, we'll use it. So y'all see this number, this phone right here?
Yep.
It's unplugged. Oh, that's a 7925. Bad example. Remember, we can't make a copy of a phone if they're different models. So we're looking for 8821. All right, here's an 8821 right here. So, Rob, let's say this is the good phone that we just programmed, and it gave us the dummy number of 1049. All right. So what we would do is copy this and delete it. The reason why you got to delete it is because if it's already on the system, it's not going to let you re-add it as a whole nother phone. So essentially what you do is delete it after you copy it. What I said the extension was 7221? Yeah, 7221. There we go. You come in and find it, 7221. When you want to make an exact replica, you do super copy, paste the MAC address in there, and hit save. Right. So now if we go back out and come in, you'll see now there's two 7721s, 7221s. And again, how you identify between the two is you look for the MAC address. You trying to follow that, Robert?
Yep.
And that applies again for desk phones, wireless phones, and also Jabber phones, actually. But just keep in mind that they have to be the same because the system will let you super copy it if they are different, but you're gonna get a rejection on the phone that you made a copy. I mean the phone that you copied. So it'll never register, it'll never work. So just be mindful that they have to be alike. And a couple times a lot of times you can easily tell the difference between phones, but we do have some 69, I think they're called 6941 and 6951. They look exactly the same, except for the 51 has a auxiliary port on the back of the phone, whereas the 41 does not. That's got Mark a couple times where he making super copies, don't know why it's not working, but that's because they were not the same phone. They look the same, but they were.
Understood.
Okay. So copying the phone, pretty simple, straightforward stuff. When you go into, and again, if you already know of a perfect example of a phone when you're going to deploy a new phone, again, you can still utilize the super copy or the copy and just change the extension for the new person that comes on. All right. So let's just say I'm just gonna go into voicemail because basically when you building out a new phone for a new employee, they typically just need a phone and just voicemail. Sometimes they don't need voicemail, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. Once you build the extension, you come into the voicemail profile and choose SRH Vmail. And then here is the voicemail section right here. These check boxes right here needs to be checked if the person is to have voicemail and for the calls to go to voicemail. And once you check the third one, the rest of them are checked. And if you read the actually what these checks are for busy internal. So if they're on the phone, it's going to go to voicemail. If it's an external call, it's going to go to voicemail. If they don't answer the phone, internal, external is going to go to voicemail. And these bottom two checks here is if you unplug the phone. So if the phone disconnects from the network for whatever reason, whether they unplugged it or the switch goes bad, these checks right here will make sure those calls go to voicemail in the event that they don't have any network connectivity. All right.
Okay.
And then last but not least, inside of the directory number section, we can label it if we wanted to, like where yours says your extension 5350, we could put Robert's phone right here. This is the line text label. This is where you would do that. Most times we do not put any labels unless it's a special request, but 99% of the time we're not labeling any lines. Now, this right here, where it says phone number mask, this is very important because this is whenever, like your phone, if whenever you pick up your phone 5350 to dial out, this is going to be the telephone number that's displayed on a person's cell phone or whatever their caller
Mhm.
ID.
Yeah.
It's important for more reasons than that. Is if this is left blank, our phone company will deny it. The carrier will block it. So if I took this A64 72541 out of there and it just tries to push out your 4350, the phone company is not going to know what to do with that, and they're going to reject the call.
Okay.
So a lot of times when somebody deploys a phone, if y'all deploy a phone and it's a brand new phone, and they put a ticket in like shortly after you left and saying I can't call out, come back here and make sure you put something, a 10-digit number here, because calls will not go out. They can receive calls, but if they try to make an outside call, it will not work.
Understood.
So it's very important to make sure you put a caller mask. And for outside offices like Montgomery Center or any of the family healthcare offices, I typically put their main number because this number here also dictates the PSAP, the 911 services.
Hmm.
So if you deploy a phone to uh, South Greenwood, but you put a phone number mask for our FAC Newberry number, well, if they call 911, it's gonna look like they're calling out a Newberry. I mean, so it's pretty important that we, especially external build offices, that we make sure we put the proper phone number mask. Because that does dictate where 911 goes whenever they're called. Uh,
Okay.
Alrighty. And I'm just gonna show you this because y'all, I know Robert, you've been using headsets for a long time. I'd say about 10% of our users have a headset. Let's see, and it changed. It did change with the upgrade. Let me see. Let me make sure. I don't see it. I could be looking over it. Let's see. Hey Robert, do a control F.
Control F.
Yeah, just I just want to see if I'm looking over it and just type in hook. I don't see a search bar, but I don't use Edge either. Oh, there it is. It's at the top. Zero results. Is that what it's showing us?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I was gonna show y'all. So with the wireless phones, with the wireless headsets, I didn't mean to say wireless phones. With the desktop phones using wireless headsets, there used to be a field in here called wireless headset hook switch control. Without it being enabled, that phone would not. I mean, that headset would not work. So it used to be down in here. It's physically can be changed from the end user now with the upgrade we did a year ago. But it used to be here inside of the settings where only we could do it. But it kind of, I guess, realizing that people wanted to have their own control. I don't even know why they just didn't make it always on, but that's a setting that you had to enable for some reason. Oh, I know why I probably couldn't see it on this because there was a wireless phone. Just curious to see, but some phones they did move it to the end. But let's just see if it's on here. That's not it. There it is. So this setting right here is what you would have to enable to be able to use a wireless headset. And it's already enabled for Mark. But out of the box, when you first plug in the phone, fresh out the box, it's disabled. So if
I got you.
the person has a headset, you got to come in and enable it. And I think on the newer phone, it's actually done on at the phone level and not inside a call manager. Alrighty,
Yep.
so that's that. Oh, and I guess I kind of started off showing y'all the voicemail portion of it. So that I showed you where to go in and select the voicemail profile and then add the check marks for voicemail. Go ahead and log in, Robert. Did I give you? Oh, it's just the admin password, right?
Yeah.
That what you're
I
using?
have it written down somewhere. The admin, whatever it
Okay,
was.
I'll go ahead and punch it in. Okay. Yep. See, that was the last one we did. So, again, to create a mailbox, pretty simple, straightforward stuff. For the recording purposes, I'll show it again. All right, the template. You just want to go in and select self regional. Um, just the format I usually follow. Y'all can do whatever you want to do, but just make sure you list an extension because that'll help us find it later. So I'm not gonna hit save. It kind of fills in, and that's literally all that's required. Once you hit save, this SMTP address will pop up. You'll kind of use these fields here to populate that. Uh, I don't know who 4916 is, so I'm not gonna hit save. But that's let's just assume that was Robert's. We just created Robert's mailbox. Pretty simple, straightforward stuff.
Hmm.
Um, if a user wants voicemail to email, where they can check they don't have to actually go into the system and check their voicemail. It'll show up in their emails. That's pretty simple. What you do is come here, unified messaging, add new. All right, Robert, put your email address here. And I'll tell you, this is only for about 10% of the users in the organization, probably because we don't advertise that we can do that. Because I think if people knew they could do, oh, I'm sorry, Robert, did I do that?
Yeah,
Go
that's all
ahead.
right.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
All right, go ahead and hit save.
So now if I get a voicemail and I miss it, it'll also send me an email notification.
Well, not necessarily miss it. It'll instead of basically it's just an easy way of checking. It'll come to your email as an attachment. So when you listen to it, it'll automatically clear it from the phone system. So
Hmm.
go ahead and hit add and just put your email again.
Oh, sorry. Uh, ah, all right.
Hit save. Add it. Add it. It's okay. All right. So now we're good to go. So if you come back in here, see, before we didn't have this checkbox. You had to do that SMTP part to get the checkbox. So yeah, now you're set up. So somebody that did want voicemail email, it's just a matter of giving them a voicemail box. If they already had a voicemail box, just going down into the edit field and just putting the email address into the unified messaging accounts section and the SMTP proxy section. And that's it. Voicemail email is set up. Um so yeah, how many minutes have we been going? I think go ahead and stop it, Robert.
All right.
This will be the you can label this one phone and voicemail ad
All right.
or whatever you want to